Yeah, who actually buys merch?
A lot of people, you'd be surprised.
I want.
Yeah.
Aiden bought a PewDiePie backpack when those were a thing.
Make that 3D model, my boys.
I want to like buy merch because it's like some of it's like cool, but it's also like I don't want to spend money on.
The issue is my issue is that's a fad.
By the way, we started the next podcast already.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I can just batch render this.
It's been.
All right. Well, so was the intro us talking about
Fandoms?
People not wanting to people,
or is the intro like
wait,
of us talking about subscribing and stuff?
I don't know.
Podcasting.
Here, just
is hard.
in case this is a.
I'll figure it out when I edit it.
Alright.
Do not kick the table.
I was kicking it for a reason.
All right.
So that you could hear a sound that would work.
The audience is probably on their seats about this tornadoes. The two people that listen
Right,
to
they've
this.
had to
yeah.
wait day 2, 3 weeks for this.
Oh yeah.
in between a day and
It's
3
gonna be
weeks.
so weird. So,
Or
yeah.
like, you know, all at once if you're 3 years in the future and like, haha, these guys are pretty funny.
We'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
If you could resurrect me,
I'm,
that'd be pretty
I'm most
badass.
likely gonna die from like cocaine or something, rocking too hard.
No, in my family, it's gonna be heart disease at age 22. So if you resurrect me, be careful, because I'll be resurrected as Mr. Bones.
That was fucking a cringy ass joke.
Okay, before we get to the tornado
You.
story, can
It's in Sam Pickle Rick.
can you tell the one about the skeletons again?
Oh yeah. So, last episode we talked about me going to Cal. Oh wait, should we do an intro?
Okay, I'm Seth.
I'm Lucas.
If you don't already know, I'm Andrew.
Yeah.
Who else would it be?
I feel like we have to do an intro, but we don't at the same time.
Yeah, like if
You can probably tell by our voices at this point.
Yeah, but I want to add like Connor and Aiden and
well, they'll know Connor's
Yeah.
distinct voice.
Well, we all have separate, different voices. Aiden sounds different from us. Connor sounds different from us. The only people that sound the same are you and me, apparently, according to my mother.
Right.
I don't know
And
why.
then apparently I sound exactly like my father, so there's that. Anyway, the skeletons.
so
Are
the
they in your
last
closet?
episode. Shh.
Come on, I was trying to make a good joke.
Your jokes aren't good.
That was.
Not in this episode.
What am I gonna do?
Anyways, so in the last episode we talked about me going to California and going to Disney. We partially talked about me going to Disneyland. Well, my little 6-year-old sister wanted to go to the Haunted Mansion, you know, and
Wait, you didn't tell me she was 6.
yeah, she's 6.
Oh shit.
Yeah, how do you
This
feel about
is a
making
story.
those pedophile jokes?
Still pretty cool, but. And now the skeleton story is a lot sadder.
It's sadder, but also 10 times.
Oh yeah.
funnier.
Yeah.
But we go in the Haunted Mansion.
Hang on, people are just like, I just want to hear about the skeletons now. Get on with it, guys.
Hey, the longer we wait, the more
The more
podcasts
ad
we
anticipation.
get.
revenue, ad
More
revenue, or in
I mean, we're gonna get.
AdSense. That's like a
We're not even
12-year-old child
monetized
joke.
right now.
Yeah.
good point.
If we get viewers, I'll monetize us. But
Yeah.
How many views?
But we'll be demonetized immediately because it's the Get Offensive podcast, even though our thing is not offending people. Your
I
thing.
should take.
Well, last
I
episode you
should
said I
take
was
get
picking
offended out
cotton.
of all of the titles.
But we're the Get Offended podcast. That's
Just-
kind of a
just-
problem.
podcast. That's
yeah,
our.
just podcast. All right.
Nobody would ever find our thing.
Yeah.
They type in podcast and like. 40
I need to
million.
have tags. I
You don't have tags?
I haven't added any tags to any of our videos yet. I'm just lazy, and I'm like, I'll deal with it when I wake up. Then I'm like, I wake up,
Adding-
and I'm like, publish.
Adding
Just add, like,
tags
arts and
is really
literature.
annoying though.
Yeah, you have to like think of what people are gonna search, and it's weird.
It's even worse when you have to go through all that like rendering stuff, and you got to type in all those tags all over again and stuff. Anyways, Haunted Mansion. My sister, me and her were going on it, even though it's not really a ride. It's just like a walkthrough, like ooh, spooky,
yeah.
you know. And there's a part where they set you in this hallway, you know, and it's supposed to be lightning, you know. And my sister's like, look, Andrew, it's lightning. And I was like, oh, really? You know, and it was just the window, like, lighting up, you know. And I went, whoa. let's go check it out, you know, because I was holding her, and she started freaking
Aw.
out. She's like, I don't want to look at it, you know.
Big blubber and will.
I didn't get to have this kind of fun with my little brother Jordan, because by the time I learned of this like power I had, it's like if we watched a zombie movie, if I go to my brother and like, you know, that really happened, he'd be like, you're stupid for believing that. It's like, all right. But with my sister and my other little brother, it's like they're the perfect age to scare them. Anyways, so as the lightning would flash, they had these pictures where it was just like, you know, fancy pictures you see in mansions, but every time the lightning would flash, it'd be like a glow-in-the-dark skeleton and cheetah and whatnot.
Right.
You know? And my sister goes, look, Andrew, they're skeletons. I went, yeah. Did you know you have a skeleton inside you? And for the audience that can't see my face, just picture a kid that is just had their world upside down, turned upside down and traumatized. Yeah.
She became a velociraptor?
Yes.
That was an inhale scream, by the way. It was a very poor one, but it was there.
Anyways, once I told her that she had a skeleton inside her, at that moment she was like, I'm done. I want to go back. Get me out. It's like, we got to go on now. We can't, no turning back.
You have a skeleton inside you.
It's just a joke off the internet. She took to heart.
I mean, it's true.
It actually scared her.
I'm impressed.
She's going to be
I never thought a bad meme would actually scare a child.
Can that be the title of this episode? Just bad meme scares child.
Yes.
Newsflash. Bad meme scares child on the Haunted Mansion ride. Oops, a bench. But a thought of skeletons within a body.
There's also a moment, because I was holding my little brother at first, you know, before my sister. Because she can walk, but when she gets scared, she's like, hold me, you know.
me, daddy.
But I was holding my little brother,
You throw them over your shoulder.
and
Like, come on.
you know, it had the moment, because you walk in this like huge room, and then the room like stretches, you know. And my sister and my brother were like freaking out, and then they have a moment where they turn off all the lights so it's pitch black, and I did what every other adult and older brother did, where they're all quiet, and then they go to their sister, and then they like grab them, they go, ah, you know. That scared my sister out and accidentally scared my brother out so much that he was crying. So 2 minutes into this haunted mansion, they were already having terrible days, which made my day even better.
Wow, Andrew, you're such a great brother.
Thank you. They'll thank me when they're older.
Yeah, unless they forever cannot look at a skeleton without thinking that horrible, horrible moment.
Like I said, I missed out with Jordan, so
I never got that experience. I was a little brother. I got my ass beat daily. I didn't get any beatings out of my little brother.
Another thing I like to do with them is the tap on the shoulder trick. You know, where it's like you tap on their other shoulder and it's like, I know it's you. And it's like, no, I swear it's the other person. They go, really? And they like turn. I couldn't
Andrew,
do that.
That's not even a good prank. The best prank is what you do is you spin them upside down so their head's on the ground. You pick them up and you jump in the air, put your feet out, and you slam them right into the ground.
Tombstone pile drive them into the ground.
That's what I should have done.
You actually
Put your head into the pavement.
Sorry, what you should have done is you should have tornado DDT'd them into the freaking wall.
Speaking of tornadoes,
They'd be like a
yeah.
Where they be a rope.
Good transition from spooky mansions.
Wait, I want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
Or suplex them, like into somebody else.
it's like we planned that transition,
Wow.
Wow.
but really we didn't.
Or did we? Is this all scripted? Is this entire podcast scripted? Are we looking at a whiteboard right now, looking at topics to talk about?
Lucas, that's your cue.
No,
Say your
because
line.
then the last episode wouldn't have been
Zooey
as
mama.
Zooey mama.
My AI is getting corrupted.
bad. Okay.
That's not part of the script.
Alright, so the tornadoes.
I wasn't here when.
Seth was
Alright,
driving. I don't
so
know
I
why I
was
keep
just,
saying
we were driving to the airport today, going to pick up Andrew from the airport. Yeah.
Why don't you just tell the story?
No. Okay, yeah, you can.
All right, so me and Seth were doing our little thing. You listen to his country music album. He was
Oh,
driving.
wait, hang on. The country music album was
We are terrible storytellers.
I don't normally listen to country music, but I was talking to Lucas and we were talking about like Asking Alexandria and you know that emo band. And I was like, yeah, Danny Warsnob's voice has really changed, and you were like, yeah, it kind of sounds like a country singer. I was like, hang on, he has a solo album. I wonder how that sounds. And it was country music.
It's country music.
Anyways, back to the story.
Country music like Lion on the Prairie, driving tractors, and banging in the haystacks.
Country music because it's all.
Hey, it had banjos.
Weed, beer, and driving trucks. That's.
You forgot about Confederate flags.
So we were listening to the country music album, and we go over this hill, and then all of a sudden there's this like dark wall.
Yeah, it was
in front of us.
Nothing. Like the sky was pretty much clear. I mean, it was gray.
Blacker than my broken emo heart.
It was like night sky. Black.
More black than the blackest black man you will ever see.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It didn't even ask me for watermelon or KFC.
Yeah, it just welcomed us into its home.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then like 5 feet after we're in it.
Suddenly this
I'm like, hey, that kind of looks like a funnel cloud. It's like rotating and stuff like right above us.
And I was just like, where? I look over.
And it starts coming down.
There was this like obvious like it was almost like a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like you could see like its beginning and its end. It was just a spinning mass.
Yeah.
I was like, huh, yeah, it's coming down.
Yeah, it was coming down like right in front of us.
Right on top of us.
Yeah, and
like,
so I like, yeah, no, I'm not having any part of this. And I like go faster.
He started driving, and I'm not kidding. Like not like 12 yards after that, it was just back to like basic rainy sky.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of sunny beforehand, but at this point it just turned to like basic rainy normal Missouri weather for the day. You know,
I still regret not taking a picture of that.
I know. We couldn't pull our phones out fast enough.
We were just too shocked by the fact that there was something about to try and kill us.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of jealous because I like.
I think I made the comment like, man, I wish Andrew was here to see this.
I kind of have like a weird fantasy of like somewhat being in a tornado or like.
I was like ready to like jump into the freaking ditch and be like, yeah, this is how I die.
Take me, Lord.
Take me, Jesus. Hey, at least we would have gone to Oz. I already told Seth that, but it would have been pretty badass.
Knowing me, the jackass I am, I'd be at the airport like, yeah, god damn it, fuck those two.
I'm gonna eat here without them. First thing you text me when you land. Hey, are you guys gonna be here soon? Because if not, I'm gonna eat here without you.
I woke up at 2.
And I texted you that picture of us going through the sign that said we're going to KC Airport, and you just came back. I'm cold. I'm going to the bathroom. And he literally texted right after that, I'm hungry.
Well, I didn't eat any. I haven't had breakfast, and I've been up since 2 o'clock California time, which is 4.
They didn't feed you on the airplane?
I can't eat because of my braces.
Fag.
I know. So it's like I was starving. Like, man, if they're like an hour away, I'm just gonna eat at Burger King.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ate a very, very strange brunch at Cracker Barrel.
It wasn't good.
I liked mine. I got the healthiest thing on the menu.
Okay, so mine had like, I'm a sucker for like at restaurants where it's like it's the picture, because they make it all nice and fancy, and it's like I want that because I can't read. Yeah. You know, so I just point at the picture when the waitress comes, and I go, I want that. Give me that. Mm-hmm. She's just like, okay, I'll give you this picture. The picture, what did I order?
You ordered the grits. And
it was
fried grits.
That's it.
Chicken fried grits.
Mine was worse. At least in like looks to everyone. Well, actually, his looked like vomit. Mine was like if you dumped a bag of cheddar cheese on top and then didn't cook
So
it.
the picture made it like it was 2 biscuits on one side of the plate. And then it was like a layer of potatoes on the bottom.
Right.
And then like 2 fried grits on top of that, and then neatly stacked is two sausages, and then eggs on that with a little bit of like the biscuits and gravy, you know, that nice and normal kind of gravy. I get it to me, and it looks like somebody just like sneezed in my food. Lucas says it looked like somebody vomited, but
like had big green chunks in it, and it really like a gray and green chunks, and I can imagine was like, yeah, it kind of looks like vomit,
Yeah.
like projectile vomit. And mine,
yours just looked like somebody, like you said, grabbed cheese and just like, yeah, that's probably
like
enough.
shredded cheddar cheese is dumped on top, and then like, I'll heat it up a little bit. And it's like half melted, but you can still see the outline of the friggin' shredded cheese.
Then you wouldn't like finish yours because you didn't like it.
The gravy sucked. It was like.
Did you put pepper in it?
I was eating it, and I was like,
taste like
okay,
gravy.
this is normal. And then I had like, I got to the bottom where all the gravy was, and then it was like, ugh. It just
Didn't taste good.
it tastes like snot.
That bacon
Yeah.
was absolutely tasteless too.
But then, you know, I just picked all the eggs out of yours because I'm a growing boy and I need my protein. And also, I need to stay attractive.
And then we went to go get
Ladies.
Slurpees immediately after, and I got a big
Is this really
size.
Incel Hours 92?
Okay, so for any of you watching, I am the most attractive man on the face of the planet. And basically, anyone who doesn't
This has
date me
been
is
Incel Hours,
a faggot.
episode 4, titled Cracker Barrel or Crack-A-Whipper Barrel. You decide. It's your choice.
And that's why I'm the most attractive man on the planet.
Call me, ladies. My number is 911, and say that you have explosives attached to you and you are going into a school.
That's my
I'll know. That's my turn on, and I'll know what it means. I promise.
for you immediately.
I'll come for you immediately. I drive a police car. Don't worry about it.
You know, I was listening to
Don't worry about it.
when you were doing the ASMR part in Connor's podcast.
I was
like,
ranting about being the most
yeah,
attractive
and
man on
like
the planet.
first when I was hearing that, I was like, did they get an ad? Are you guys getting paid?
Wait.
I was like, oh, good job,
Yeah,
guys.
Slim Fast called me back.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know about the ads and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
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 What? Slim Fast? Sweet. Where's my contract?
Actually, it was an ad for the Funky Buffalo.
Oh yeah. They actually contacted you back.
So are you just gonna do
Aw.
ASMR every time Seth rants, which is gonna be?
Well, what I say is this has
every
been
episode.
Incel Hours number whatever. I've honestly forgotten which one I'm on. I think I was on 4. Anyway, I just do that whenever you start to ranting about being girlfriendless.
Yeah.
I can't complain anymore.
You can't because that one chick. Anyway, let's
Dude.
get off of what we talked about last episode and get on to new stuff.
Current events that happened this week.
Do you want to talk about what we talked about in the car, or should we just
I
leave
went
that?
to college.
We should leave that.
Leave the 3-hour-long conversation we had that was nonstop.
Yeah. We can hint at it.
Well, how can you hint at it?
Hentai.
Yeah, but I was saying.
Okay, Lucas would ask us questions and then we'd answer.
It was of NSFW nature.
Yeah. Basically, like, you know, who,
The catalyst was really the porn.
fuck, marry, kill animated characters.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually. And this one over here got caught up on Teen Titans characters.
We all did.
I'm sorry.
Me and him did. They're hot. Except Starfire. I hate her.
Yeah,
anime.
He really didn't like Starfire.
I hate Starfire.
Anime. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's all I had to say.
Wait,
I don't think anyone else watches anything.
Shoot, that sounds familiar.
Probably because you've heard people talk about
It was a meme for a while. That's how a lot of people got into it.
Just...
It was a thing that was to be continued meme.
Oh,
from,
that's
2012.
why. Okay. I like those memes. Too
I
bad they're
did too.
dead.
Yeah.
Do you guys still think Pepe's I never liked Pepe.
I haven't seen him in like a year.
I see him all the time. I'm so glad he's around, considering that still pisses
He's around?
people. Yeah, he's everywhere. He still pisses people off.
I don't like Pepe.
I like him only because of the reason that he was considered a hate symbol. Actually, I think he still is considered a hate symbol.
For what?
Because people like edited him to have a Trump hat, and then it was like he's a hate symbol, and then it's like, all right, well now it's 1,000 times funnier, and it'll last forever because now he's a hate symbol, and he's a stupid cartoon frog.
It won't last as long as Lost.
Lost is eternal. That has been around longer than I think I've been alive.
What do you mean, like the TV show?
No,
It's Lost.
It's it's one line and like one half line, 2 lines, and then 1 line and then 1 horizontal line.
It stems from a webcomic.
Yeah, a really bad webcomic.
Yeah.
I still hate Penny Arcade.
You'll have to show me. When we go see Ready Player
Dear
One.
God, it's gonna be bad. Didn't we already talk about those?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it's,
We need to get off of those topics and get on to new stuff. Family rules, keep your promises, share, say I love you, listen to your parents, do your best, say please and thank you, always tell the truth, laugh at yourself, hug often, use kind words, and love each other.
Well, don't always listen to your parents. If your parents walk up to you, hand you a pistol, and says, "Go kill your uncle," you probably shouldn't go kill your uncle.
I always hated those things where it's like, why'd you do it, little Jimmy? And it's like, well, Timmy was doing it. And it's like, well, if Timmy jumped off a bridge, would you do it?
Fuck yeah.
Is there water at the bottom? How tall is the bridge? Is it the Golden Gate Bridge where like everyone dies, or is it just like my hometown bridge?
Yes.
Actually, you can't die from jumping off a short bridge, because when you hit the cold water, it can shock you and like paralyze you, and then you just drown.
Well, because it feels like concrete when you.
No, it's the.
No, that's if you fall out of an airplane.
Yeah, like at a certain speed, it just becomes solid object. It's basically just hitting the ground, with the added bonus of sinking afterwards.
For some reason, I got a recommendation video on YouTube where it's like how to survive falling, and it was just a bunch of falling tips. If I somehow fall
like
out
water,
of a plane,
if you
or
fall into water, you're
fall out of a
supposed to
building.
straighten yourself out and essentially make yourself as like thin as possible.
No,
Like
it said
feet
go
down.
It said aim for the bushes, basically.
Oh yeah, or like
Aim
objects.
for trees.
Aim for the bushes.
That
You
sucks
guys won't
so
get that
much.
reference, but somebody in the internet will. I forget what movie it's off of, but
It sounds like they're hills
Once
of
you
eyes.
stop screaming, because you're falling, be sure to acquire the skills of a professional skydiver to aim for a bush.
yeah. I want to go skydiving.
Oh, and then go limp.
Oh, no.
Before you.
You don't want to go skydiving?
That sounds terrifying. Do you
I
know you
wanna
have
go
to
skydiving.
pack your own parachute? I don't trust
So-
myself to pack my own parachute. I know that if I pack my parachute, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna pull that cord and the whole thing's just gonna fly out of my backpack and then I'm dead.
Seth, you want to go parachuting sometime?
Yeah, I do.
Hell
You're
yeah.
paying.
Take video. So the last thing I can see is you guys going like, "Woo-wee! Hey, where'd my
I've been
parachute?
so poor lately.
Where'd my parachute go?"
Apparently, it's like really terrifying if you're sitting in the plane and you're going if you're like a virgin going on it and one of your buddies is going on and it's like, hey, don't look, and they jump, because when they jump you just see like whoosh, and it's like they disappear.
Yeah, it's because they're going like friggin' plane speed.
I wanna do that. I really think it'd be funny.
It'd be more fun if you were like walking in like, man, this is really good. And, like you take another step, just.
Yeah, I can.
You want to really scare someone, become God and like make it so like you'll hit the side of the airplane when you fly out. Just
Just go ragdoll.
and everyone's
down.
screaming like unconscious, and then you hit the ground.
They put a propeller right behind the door.
Oh shit.
How'd you survive that?
That'd be a fucked up prank to pull on somebody.
Well,
to
how
make
would
it
you
seem-
pull it off?
No,
You
no,
have
make,
to, like-
make it like a makeshift like studio plane, and then have like one of those like cartoon like
Well, okay, well, how
conveyor
would
belts of like just the sky just going around, and then like
all I could have been. Wait, how would you get like pulled off? We just have like a harness attached. To you?
yeah, you just jump.
Well, that'd be obvious.
No,
Also, I mean,
we should do that to somebody. That'd be actually kind of fun. It'd be hard to plan.
It'd be
But
really hard
could
to
you just
pull
imagine
off.
like just jumping and like
You'd have to make that cable so thin.
just
like, no one
imagine
because you'd be
sitting
right
down
next to them.
and then seeing somebody jump out and then hearing like a and then just blood just like
Oh, and then
spraying.
it should have a picture at the side that's like photoshopped you hitting the plane and exploding, and like the engine's going down. And they have to simulate the plane crashing into the ground.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
all because of him.
Could you imagine that just that person getting off like it was like it was a prank.
That's the kind of thing that
Just
make
like,
them pass out.
Just like blood splatters onto the door.
No, it splatters into
it's
them.
pig blood, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
But that poor piggy had to die.
Yeah, poor police officer.
Ooh,
Shots fired.
dang.
Wait, they're police officers. Oh wait, we're not black, so they won't kill us.
Yeah, we're fine. We can do whatever we want.
I feel comfortable saying that because this is the Get Offensive podcast.
Yeah. We don't just talk about Get Ready Player One and Star Wars and shit.
Listen, guys, I'm
That,
black.
that first episode wasn't as bad as the live stream, but it's still bad because all we talked about was Star
Right, and
Wars.
it's gonna
and-
turn people off
Well, I
from
underst-
watching future episodes if that's all that they see.
Well, the issue is that we can't just talk about things that get people offended because we would get kicked off of YouTube fast and just be a sound. All one of us has to do is say the N word and we're screwed.
I did, but I bleeped it.
Well, the issue is
I
that
didn't
YouTube
bleep
can catch
everyone's
that.
names, but I bleeped it.
Awkward silent. Can we have a podcast one day where it's just completely silent?
And then
For
at
an
the end
hour.
we're like, I'm Lucas, and then we cut it.
Just
I'm
Lucas.
lit.
Just Lucas going, I'm Lucas.
No, it's just I'm lit. And then it just ends. That'd be really hard to do. We'd have to sit in complete silence.
That'd be really... It'd be hard because knowing us three, you never went to lunch detention. Were you at lunch detention?
Yeah.
I've
It
been at detention.
No, not with me, Jeff, and Carl.
Oh, that's sad.
because it was like I'd bite into an apple, and because I'm the loudest chewer in the world, it'd just be like in a completely quiet room, and then you just hear the crunch of a loud apple, and then just like or like somebody opening chips, because you'd be like and then
Or you just do the loud pop with it.
yeah, that was a fun day.
You guys are lucky. I had ISS because I hit a kid with my lunch card. Yeah.
I used to
And
get
you
an
want-
ISS just so I could be away from people.
Yeah, you know what they charged me with?
What?
Assault with a deadly weapon. I'm not shitting you. They charged me with
Did you
assault.
throw it like a ninja
No,
star?
I just went like, I hit him with my lunch card because he took my tray. I was a little fatty, and so what you do is you don't touch a fat person's food. Gabriel Iglesias, I'm fat. It's the only joke I have.
That used to be my favorite comedian.
He's dumb.
Awful.
You're dumb.
It's like Jeff, what's his name, Dunham? The guy with the puppets?
Yeah, what
like,
about him?
Oh, my shtick is puppets. And? Puppets. Alright, Gabriel Iglesias, what's your stick? I make fat jokes because I'm fat. Alright, and...
At least it's not like Amy Schumer.
Oh,
Amy Schumer steals his everybody's jokes.
I tried watching the Leather Special.
Wow, it's at Disneyland.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
Tell us about the other side. You gave me a little hint, but
I gave you exact quotes.
yeah.
My
that-
mom absolutely loves Amy Schumer.
I
and it
honestly
makes
did
me
not
uncomfortable.
laugh one time when you gave me those quotes.
I know.
In fact, I had to read it 10 times to make sure I got the joke, and I did get the joke, and I was just like, I'm not.
yeah, it
What was
was.
the joke?
I'm not.
One of them, she was just like sick, sitting on a toilet. Then all of a sudden, she just starts crapping a lot. She described it a lot more like in depth than like a machine gun, but it sucked.
That's it's
The
just
only
crapping.
joke I remember you making.
Alright, let me tell you one of my favorite comedians. His name is Jim Jeffries.
No, I'm not done with my story.
He
That-
he made a story about shoving one of those vibrator eggs up his asshole and coming all over the room. Like a pocket pussy.
Oh my.
Speaking of pocket pussies.
Lucas, please. The only thing I remember, the only quote, and you gave me quite a few. The only quote I remember vaguely is the American Sniper joke.
Yeah.
And it wasn't funny at all.
With her vagina.
No, you tell the joke, because it was something like Amy Schumer's having sex with the dude, and the dude's like, "Where should I come?" And she's like, "Oh, my titties," and the dude's expecting it to be like American Sniper, but instead it just oozes out. It's funny. It's funnier when I explain it, just because it's stupid.
Right.
It's not a funny joke. Amy Schumer, you're not funny.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, okay.
I read it 10 times. And
Remember,
I was just
dude, she like on stage screamed "fire in the hole." And that just ends there. Like 10
I
seconds.
think at one point she held the microphone up to her pussy for it to say something.
Nice. Did it say something?
Did it queef?
Help me! Get me out of here! Shut up! Give me more please. Shut up, a big piece of shit. Get up there. Get back up there.
I think when she first started making movies, the only scene I remember from one of her movies was she got drunk with this person that she was working with, and the
Well, that moment where she was banging John Cena.
The person did cocaine on her,
He did a
and
rail.
then I don't know, and then they were banging, and the kid was like, "Hit me," and she like sucker punched him and broke his nose, and it turned out the kid was like 17. That was the joke, when she was banging a 17-year-old and she broke his nose.
Statutory rape.
But it's
I say that was allowed.
17's the golden age, so you.
Well, how old is Amy Schumer?
it was before she was a
93.
whale.
But I say there's a limit. I know that.
Yeah. I swear she used to like be skinny or semi-skinny, and now she's just like.
You have to man the harpoons.
Get offensive.
Technically.
Get offended.
No.
My asshole agreed with you. It went, yeah.
Now what?
We could talk about Amy Schumer some more.
I don't want to talk about Amy Schumer. I don't want to think about her.
I don't think the audience wants to hear about Amy Schumer anymore. If they
Com-
want to hear more,
leave a comment saying if you want to hear about Amy Schumer in the next podcast.
are we just gonna make a podcast dedicated to talking shit about Amy Schumer?
We could.
A whole episode. That would get boring fast.
It'd have to be.
There's
like a
enough.
20 minutes.
There's enough
We'd have to
YouTube
do
videos about
research
everything
on
about Amy Schumer.
to be able to.
I mean, I think there's just like thousands of YouTube videos that are probably way better than ours that talk about Amy Schumer and how awful she is. I mean, there's an entire compilation of her stolen jokes on YouTube already.
You saw that?
Yeah.
She stole
She
a
stole a
joke.
lot from Daniel Tosh.
Yeah, she did.
Which is weird
kinda
because
funny
Daniel Tosh, of all the people, the guy who constantly makes gay jokes, like makes shows about smacking women and raping women, and actually like made a comedian go into depression because he sat next to him on a plane and he didn't like him.
I'd never heard that story.
He was doing a show, like when it was like Dan Tosh did the world thing, and one of the comedians was like, "Hey, I'm a big fan." He's like, "I don't know you. You're worthless," and all that jazz. And the comedian was just like, and actually got depressed. I don't know if anything happened, but I know
He's pretty funny, but he's really brutal.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his charm.
He used to not be like that way back in the early days of Tosh.0 and stuff like that. He used to be way different. But I think he like got his
Ego.
I think it's just like his act, honestly. Well, no. I mean, if he's doing that in real life, it's probably ego.
I think,
He's a very self-centered person.
but it's funny.
And he has I mean, that's obviously working for him. He has like a model wife. Have you seen his wife?
No,
She's pretty hot.
I'll have to look her up sometime. Possibly after the pod, or you look.
She's
her up.
a model. Actually, I think they broke up.
Oh,
Phone's over there.
I can't reach it.
Yeah, my
And
phone's over there too, so I can't check.
I can't
things while
reach
we're
that either.
doing a podcast.
Oh, is that why you're so talkative?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
fun
turn off my
fact-
notifications. So at some point in time, you're just going to hear
What?
a Mexican car horn.
Fun fact about Seth. He plays on his phone while making podcasts.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Not for the past few.
Well, the last couple you were the last one I was in, you were playing on your phone.
That was like episode 2.
Well, I thought it was.
Was that the one where I was playing YouTube videos?
So is this episode 5 or 6?
4.
No.
Wait, is it 5?
It's 5 now.
Oh, right. I forgot we immediately
Started the next
It's kind of
podcast.
funny because in the last episode, I remember saying something like, "Is every single episode us just gonna be arguing? Is it episode 7 or 8, or 6 or 7? Or I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's episode whatever we want to make it."
97. Man, we're rolling on 100, guys.
Whoa. If we get 5 subscribers, I'll buy a pepperoni pizza and eat it on camera.
Oh man!
All of it.
If we get
If you want to
10
see me eat an entire pepperoni pizza on camera, get us to 100 subscribers, boys.
If we get 15 subscribers, I will get AIDS on camera.
Oh man!
I'll find you.
I better
a
go
syringe.
make
Thank you.
15
Make sure it's
separate
rusty.
accounts.
I'll find Charlie Sheen.
Poor man. I think there's actually a cure for AIDS now.
What's he been up to lately?
I don't know. I think he's a recluse. I wouldn't know though because I don't follow him like I did before.
He joined the jungle to be with his tiger brethren.
Are we talking like pubes jungle or?
No, the actual jungle. Because tiger's blood.
Mm.
That man was so high on cocaine.
Didn't he almost die?
Yeah, multiple times. He's Charlie Sheen. He's kind of a strange person.
Cocaine will get you.
Yeah. At some point, why are you even famous?
Because he did cocaine and
Yeah.
went on friggin' interview talking about tiger's blood and just making noises.
You found out today a porn star died because of
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
cocaine.
I mean, I know they die all the time because they pass STDs around like freaking playing cards.
No, when I found out too, I was like, oh my god. Like, wow. That's kind of a shock.
And no, I wasn't expecting it. She was like one of those people I always thought would like outlast all of them somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the end of the podcast.
Ha 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 ha! Very funny. Outlast them all.
Awkward silence.
Of course, I have awkward silence.
Go ahead
You made
and
like a
acknowledge
really
it. Don't
bad
just
joke.
create another topic to go on about.
Andrew thinks it's funny if he says it. He thinks that someone out there's gonna go.
More conversation.
Oh boy.
It spawned magically.
Did
That's how conversations spawn.
I have a question. Did Flava Flav die?
No.
Flava Flav. I think this guy like had the clock over there. You can't see it. There's a big clock over there.
Oh,
behind me.
Flavor Flav.
Did
Flavor
he?
Flav.
It's Flava Flav. Excuse me. And I was wondering if he died.
The dude with the giant clock on
Yeah.
his, and he's like, Flavor Flav.
Flava Flav.
I think he died. That's a I wonder what happened to him.
I don't know. He's probably for like 10 minutes. God dang it! Snake.
You better
Ocelot. Okay.
look up Flavor Flav.
Metal Gear.
We're
As everybody's
we're doing
simultaneously got
research.
Flava Flav. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go turn off my ringer.
Metal Gear.
Metal queer.
You're gay.
He. We're doing a
Research.
yes.
Hang on, I'll
My
entertain you.
sister just messaged me, if Undertale was so good, then why isn't there an Undertale 2?
Because it's not good.
Don't test Toby Fox. I'm pretty sure he actually said there was going to be an Undertale 2, and it's going to be a continuation. And after like a comic was released, if it met a Patreon goal, which, considering it's Undertale, I'm 99,000% sure it met it. With stars, stripes, and spangled banners.
God, fuck Undertale. The soundtrack is good though. I'll
The
give
game
him-
is okay.
The game
the
is
fandom is what.
We
Is a
talked about
cancer
this
that's-
last episode.
but we didn't talk about the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is good.
The soundtrack's
we
okay.
talked about it.
It's pretty.
Some of them can kind of ride on you. And then I did see a review about Megalovania that did make sense because he has used it in like 5 separate works, and it is kind of it's kind of like one of those, well, he's a great music artist, why doesn't he just make a new song instead of reusing old songs?
Because he can't make something catchy enough, or as catchy as
it is
that.
catchy. Yeah, that's weird.
Wait, Toby Fox is a music artist?
He made everything for Undertale. He did most
Except
of the
for
artwork.
the I thought somebody else made the artwork.
No, he did most of the artwork, but he had some people who gave a ton of money on Patreon to do a couple monster designs.
Huh.
And one of those people who donated a ton of money is the secret enemy, and everybody did not like them at all.
Why? Because he donated the most.
No,
money?
it's because he was like a war artist. He was in inflation or something. Like furry porn artist.
Oh.
And his character was kind of an amalgamation of all of his fetishes.
Oh shit!
And everyone was like, "This is awful," and because everybody didn't like him. But I mean, he donated the most amount of money, so he got his character in the game.
Wow.
There's also a rumor going around after a while that if you only killed him, big old Santa would say, "Well, at least you didn't kill anybody important." It turned out not to be true, but it was pretty funny when I first read it.
Dang.
Well, he didn't kill anybody important. Oh, well.
That would have been funny, though.
Hilarious.
Undertale.
Yeah, that's pretty good, but let's get a game off. It's a bit more.
We're talking about game. We can't talk about games on the Get Offended podcast.
Well, what the
We
hell
have
are
to
we
talk
supposed to talk about?
Tattoos.
That's not offensive.
What tattoos are you going to be getting, Andrew?
I don't know yet.
What tattoos do you have?
On me right now,
Yes.
or on my phone?
On you right now.
I don't like talking about my tattoos.
You have a Quake?
Yeah, it has a Quake tattoo and then one of Jango Fett.
Yep.
Which I love them both very much, but the downfall is whenever, because for audience members, the Quake one is on my forearm. That's forearm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's on my forearm, so it's the one that people would notice the most.
Mm-hmm.
And when people look at me, they go, "Oh, what's your tattoo?" And I either go, "It's off a video game," or I either go, "It's just a design I like." And I usually go with the second option, because if I go, "It's off a video game," they kind of give me a weird look, and they're like,
You're going to regret that later.
they're like, "Oh, you're one of those people." I was like, what are you trying to say? And then my Jango Fett tattoo, which I think is pretty badass.
Sorry, I just had to show him a
Is that
My-
ramen?
It better
cereal.
be ramen.
It's Cheerios.
Why is he eating Cheerios at
Because he
8
loves
o'clock at
Cheerios.
night?
Anyways,
Oh.
my Jango Fett tattoo, it's like everybody I show it to, every reaction is always the same. They're like, I just know that's like, no, you're not gonna get it at all. They're like, I think I got it. Is it Bobo Fett? And I'm like, no.
Bobo Fett. That's
Like,
my favorite
no.
one. Is Bobo Fett.
No, it's not.
That's all I remember is a giant chimpanzee in Boba Fett's outfit. Just flying
What's even
around.
funnier is one time when I first got it, and I was like, yeah, check it out, I got a tattoo, and somebody looked at it and was like, hey, that's Boba Fett. And I went, no, not really. And he went, oh, my bad, it's Jango Fett.
Django.
And I went,
Django Unchained.
I went, you
The
know what?
favorite character.
That's close enough, so I'll just play it off. But yeah, that's the only reason why I don't like my tattoos.
Lil Pump Fett.
The only reason why I don't like my tattoos is
So
because
you
I
don't like your tattoos?
No, I do. I love them, but I hate.
You're gonna have to get more for them to be cool.
Yeah. And then, which I want to get a dead. I've sent you the tattoos I wanted, right?
The one with Isaac Clarke's helmet.
No, it's like people who don't play Dead Space isn't gonna know what it means.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like the marker and then Isaac, but the problem is it's like a huge tattoo, and I don't know where I'd get it. And then I sent you the Halo one, right?
Maybe.
Where it's like the Halo ring and then the logo inside the ring.
Yes. You did.
And that one I really like, and it's hard for me to find a cool Halo tattoo because they're all just Master Chief. But it's like I don't know where on my arm.
Why don't you get the
that.
UNSC symbol?
No,
I think I
I
recommended
already
that.
got one logo. I don't want another logo. I want something cool.
Well,
Except for Half-Life, I might get two Half-Life.
a lambada or a lambda. I don't know why I say lambada.
Well, if I ever get a hand tattoo, you've seen the graffiti in Half-Life 2 where it's like the hand and then it's like
the rise or whatever.
Well, it says like born under it, and
it.
then I thought that'd be kind of cool to get like the lambda on my palm, but I don't know. I don't really.
Or that's been done before. That's why I'm wondering.
I don't know. There's a lot of cool Half-Life tattoos. The problem is half of them are just
about crowbars
and lambda, and I don't want exactly that.
Just get a lambda.
You can get an HUV.
What's your tattoo, Seth? Explain your tattoo.
I don't have one yet, but I was thinking this one that's like the My Chemical Romance Danger Days spider connected to a guitar neck surrounded by roses. You know, I was probably gonna get that on my forearm or something. And you know, I love guitars. I love playing the guitar. It's just fascinating to me. Then I'm a romantic, so the roses, you know, yeah. And then My Chemical Romance really kind of like got me into music and stuff. So yeah.
No rant?
What do you mean?
Did you already rant this episode, or was that last episode?
About me being the most beautiful man on the entire
That's your cue.
planet.
That's your cue.
And the fact that all of you women are missing out on a free pass to the most like happy life you could ever have, because I have money. I'm guaranteed to be a millionaire by the time I'm 30.
This has been
I am honestly just a catch.
Episode 5.
Women should just date
Today
me.
on this episode, catch the people, touch the people, and don't diddle the children. Because if you do, you're going to go to jail for a few years.
And by the way, I like diddling children.
Oh no. Someone please call 911. I hope he renders this faster so that the police can arrive quicker. Our address is 111 White House Street in Washington, D.C.
Do you think that's a real address?
1-1. He's referring to the actual White House, and he doesn't know the.
Go to White House.
He doesn't know the address of it.
Go to White Castle. Go get.
White Castle.
Go pick me up some burgers, please.
I saw you making the face, Lucas. And you're like, should I do it? Should I? That's why I triggered Seth to ranting.
This has been r/incels episode 5.
Who is that?
That's me.
What a beautiful
What is it? Was that in game design?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna talk about a black kid slamming heads?
Yeah.
Oh, do that.
Okay, a black kid.
Would you rather have me tell the story, or you want to tell it?
Well, you told the same way I did. Well, I guess you can tell. I'll try anyway. Alright, so this is my story time. I was in game design doing my usual thing, not designing games, but instead playing them because I'm actually a lazy son of a gun. Anywho, suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted...
Ladies, you need to stop being hoes, because, honestly, I'm getting tired of you thoughting out on every guy you come across and not settling down for a nice man, and yeah.
Anyways, back to your story.
Yeah, so the corner of my eye, did you hear like a yell?
I thought I heard a yell.
Or there was like a name, and then suddenly, freaking...
Keep in mind, it's a retarded black kid.
And then retarded white,
like 6 feet
and then retarded
tall.
white kids sitting next to each other. And he essentially grabbed the back of his head like you would grab the back of a woman's head while giving a BJ. Anywho, he proceeded to slam his face down into the desk.
In the desk?
The desk. I rolled my T's. Anyway, he slammed his head into the desk. Silence enveloped the room as we all stopped what we were doing to stare at this kid who just got his face
head smashed into a
desk. And anyway, the black kid was gone for a few weeks, and he suddenly came back.
Should we tell the story? I don't think Lucas has ever heard this story. Should we tell the story about Kinderhook?
Well, now we have to. Because people are just gonna wonder.
Do you know what story I'm talking about?
No.
There's a lot of Kinderhook.
You just said the story about
Yeah,
Kinderhook.
that's it.
About me carrying a tray? And it was when you were a dishwasher.
Yes, you told. Wait, is this?
It's the two. No. It's the
two-sided
two-parter.
story?
Yeah, you have to tell your side of the story.
All right,
first.
so I was a dishwasher at the time. Okay, Andrew was a busser. I was washing dishes and just minding my own business, listening to music or something. And all of a sudden, I see the door fly open. Andrew comes in with this like pissed off expression on his face, and he just like throws the tray he's carrying full of stuff against the wall, and just like, ugh! And yeah.
All right, now it's my turn to
Yeah.
explain my story. So, as Seth said, I was bussing, and Seth was washing dishes. And as I was bussing, one of the waiters came up to me with one of those food trays that you put food on, he came up to me and was like, hey, can you take this to the dish pit? And what am I going to say? No? No, you do it! No, it's part of my job. So I didn't complain. I grabbed the tray. It was my first time carrying those big trays, So I was like, ooh, this is kind of weird, And I started making my way to the dish pit. And the host, who was kind of cute, she kind of looked at me and she's like, you need help? You want me to get the door? In my head, that was like, that means you're weak and you're useless. And so I was like, no, I think I got it. And I get to the door, I stare at the door for a little bit, and it's like, okay, how do I do this? It's like, I can't back up into the door because the tray will hit the door, and I can't go forward to the door like I normally do because the tray will hit it. So I thought of the only reasonable answer. I'll just Sparta kick the door open and then just like zoom in and bada bing bada boom,
Bada bing bada
so
boom.
I kick the door. I'm like, all right, step 1 complete, and I take 2 steps forward, and I didn't kick the door hard enough, so it literally barely opened and then just like slammed right back into me, and this tray that I was carrying fell out of my hands. It hit me and it fell out of my hands and basically slammed into the wall. A tray full of dishes slammed into the wall. But not only that, the dishwasher puts these racks of cups by the wall for extra cups just in case the waiters need those as backups. Mm-hmm. The tray of broken glass slammed into the wall and then immediately slammed into about 3 or 4 racks of those glasses.
Yeah.
I think it's you.
It's not me.
That's me.
Oh.
Ignored.
Anyways, so I was surprised I did not get fired after that day.
Mm-hmm.
And the waiter came in, or not the waiter, the host came in after I did that little oopsie, and she's like, I could have got the door for you, I was just like,
I was trying to show off in front of you. You're hot.
Yeah, that sucked. Again, I didn't get fired, which was a shock.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate and a shock to me.
Yeah.
But, they must have really liked me because that was a lot of fucking dishes that I broke in like the span of 2 seconds.
Right. All right, so I think that's
Wait. Take 15. When does
starts at like 9.
Yeah, like
There
9:30.
you go.
you want to end?
Yeah, so we need to end this podcast.
We're gonna
right
go watch
here.
Ready Player One, Lucas's favorite movie.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
scared.
gonna love it. He's gonna love it. It has the Iron Giant in it. It has,
And it has
anime
Evil Dead, and
characters.
it has Master Chief in
Tracer
it. And
from Overwatch.
and don't
and
you
it's
just
probably
love
got
Overwatch?
Something else in it.
I hope
and-
the world is in it. That might make it worth watching.
There's
but
Mortal Kombat in it.
I don't care.
There's
about
also
Mortal
Simon
Kombat.
Says.
What the hell? I don't give a shit about. So who the fuck gives a fuck about Simon Says? Retards. That's who. Red, green, yellow.
Who the fuck gives a fuck about
Simon Says.
Alright, well, anyways, this has been Get Offensive.
Offended.
Get offensive.
Get offended. Offended?
Do you say fented?
I did say offended.
Peace out, my
With,
name. Almost said something.
Almost said
Almost
the
said
word
something.
that you
Okay,
think
I
should
gotta
check
end
for.
this. Bye.